Hello, it's Mac here, and today I'm talking about the patch notes for Title Update 1.37 in GTA Online. So this was the patch that was added in the import/export DLC, and I want to talk about it in this video. I'm not going to be talking about all the new content, or, the new vehicles, or, the new missions or stuff like that. Although those are in this post, I'm sure you all know about those. These are more of the changes and fixes, or you may not even notice until this video. So they did put out a post on their support page, and if you want to go check it out, there will be a link in the description, because I'm not going to go through every single one of these because there are lots, but I will be going through the main ones. So first off, let's talk about the 4 new vehicles that have been added to the Sekiro Serve CEO section for the interaction menu for VIPs and CEOs. So this is the Dundee Stretch, which is the limo in GTA Online. You have the Mammoth Patriot, the Anise Super Diamond, and the Buckingham Super Velito. I don't know how many of these will be used. Maybe the Super Diamond and maybe the Patriot. I'm not too sure about the Stretch being used too much because there's pretty much a confirmed location of it always up in Vinewood. So I don't think that's going to be too useful for most CEOs. Also, the Super Velito, while it is kind of nice, at the same time you can already spawn the Buzzard. Also, I believe you can already call your assistant to pick you up in a helicopter, probably for cheaper than spawning the Super Velito. So there is that. So there's also 2 vehicles that are added to the Associates, and these are for Associates and Bodyguards. So these are the Declasse Rancher XL and the Vapid Speedo. These 2 vehicles are not that popular, and they're also not even that great for speed or anything. Yeah, you're probably not going to see many Associates spawn those. So next up, players now have the ability to change the appearance of their character for a fee in the interaction menu. And this is for $100,000 in your interaction menu. I think you go to Style. You can change your appearance. Now, one thing I hate is that it is in the interaction menu. I didn't expect that. I thought you would go to like an actual shop, or you would do something else for this, but it is in your interaction menu. So be careful going through your style because it's at the very top. Make sure you don't waste your money on that. Personally, I don't think I'm going to use this myself, but I do know lots of people do want to change the appearance of their character, and that is quite nice, even though it does cost a little bit of money in GTA Online. Next up is that the props from the Stunt race creator have been added to director mode. That is quite nice. I don't know how many people will use them, but at the same time, it is nice that people that do play director mode will have the Stunt race creator props in there. So next up is the Anise Elegy RH8, which now actually has a custom variant, and I'm sure that's why they made this change, is now available to purchase at a price for non-social club members. So if you didn't know, if you were not a social club member, if you didn't have a social club account, or if it wasn't linked to your profile, you could not buy an Elegy RH8. Now, they do say that it will cost you a price. I'm not sure how much it'll cost. I'm a social club member, and I'm pretty sure most of you are. But if not, I guess you could have one of the best sports cars in the game, even though, you still have to pay a little bit of a price for it. Next up is players can now combine certain helmet and mask combinations. This isn't like every single helmet can be combined with a mask, but I do think some of them can, which is quite nice. It is nice for them to let us have more options so that we don't have to glitch as many outfits. Next up is that there's now an option to control the effect from light illuminated clothing. So this is basically the Deadline outfits, which is kind of nice. The Deadline outfits are the only ones, so I'm not sure if they're going to add new illuminated clothing because of this. So next up is that it now costs less to request some owned Pegasus vehicles to exit the office from your personal assistant. It's just kind of surprising because Rockstar usually doesn't make things cheaper, but I'm still kind of glad that they did that, even though I don't use the Pegasus vehicles from my personal assistant too much. That is kind of still a nice thing to have. Moving on, there is new CEO style organization outfits that have been added. Next up is changes have been made to make the store more accessible. I'm not too sure what they mean by that. Next up is that GTA Online now supports Sony's Play Together feature, which they say that this allows players in a system level party to easily join a GTA Online session together. I'm not too sure what this is. I don't have a PS4. I don't know if other games have a Sony Play Together feature, but this is very nice. However, I don't understand why this isn't on Xbox One as well. Why only do this for PS4? Unless, Sony's Play Together feature. I haven't heard about it, so I don't know if that is a feature on PS4, like that's on multiple games and, stuff like that. But I would love this on Xbox One as well, because there are some times where the only really system that we have here on Xbox One, I don't know if it applies to PS4, it may, and PS4 players may have this, but you have your party has started a job feature, which is terrible. Either you're running and you're pressing A rapidly to run. I don't use that control scheme, so I don't find myself in that situation much, but I know lots of people do. And then there's just this pop-up on the screen that takes you entirely out of the game. It's like, your party has started a job. You don't know what party member started the job. You don't know what job they started, but hey, your party has started the job, and now you're joining it. You know, it's a terrible system. I wish that they would do something like this as well on the Xbox One and even PC, but still, it is pretty nice that PS4 players do have that. Next up is a Rockstar Creator Fix, which fixes an issue that resulted in players being unable to create GTA or rally stunt races. I think that was patched in like the Biker DLC. So next up is that they've actually brought back Stanson, which was, if you don't know what that was, it was basically you would shoot the wheels on your car, and I don't know if it worked with every car, and it would start to lower the vehicle. I think it like helped out with like drifting and stuff like that, which, I mean, it's kind of nice. I never did it. I've never done it in GTA Online, but I do know a lot of people really enjoy it. And I know they patched this in one of the more recent updates to GTA Online. I'm not sure which one, but they did bring it back, which is quite nice. Next up, they say that they fixed an issue with network collision detection that caused some players when using sniper rifle weapons against other players at long range. And then finally, they do say that further fixes have been implemented to improve game stability, matchmaking, and network performance for GTA Online. I hope that this is correct, because ever since the Biker DLC, it seems like they've made the connection worse. Maybe that's just me, but I've also seen other people complain about that. So hopefully this fixes that, and hopefully GTA Online runs better, because for a while it has been pretty bad. But anyways, my thoughts in the comments. Like I said, there is a link in the description if you want to go read up on the full post, because this is not all of them. There are a lot more things that they added in this DLC, but I just wanted to hit the big ones. But anyways, my thoughts in the comments. Are there any things that were fixed that you enjoy, or maybe they fixed something and patched something that you do not like? Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Hope you enjoy. Feedback, so I'll see you guys in the next video.